Yay, we're
We did
live!
it. Yes.
Logan!
Hi, Mari.
Hi, Logan. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited. This is my first official Twitch stream where I'm not just playing games. And I'm doing something that I want to do, talking with my A1 from day one. I'm so excited. Logan,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm so happy to be here. This has been
Yes.
what? How many years in the making at this point? 4?
I want to say like 4 of us being like, yeah, let's podcast, but like 6 of our like friendship. Like I'm pretty sure it's been that long, like
Jesus.
the time.
I was a child. You have a child.
Yes. Exactly that. Like
that sums it up pretty perfectly, honestly.
Literally to a T, like so perfect. Yep. So what we're doing today is something like we said we've been wanting to do. We podcasted together on and off. And our one of our main loves, I say in common, one of many, should I say, is our love of Drag Race. And so today we thought, let's rank the best lip syncs in Drag Race. But not just that. We sent out a survey. We got some wonderful responses on the survey. We had people rank. It was so hard. Do you understand how hard it was, Logan, to try and whittle down what we've had 200 episodes of Drag Race, right? So over 200 plus episodes or whatever, lip syncs or whatever, to 25. That was one of the hardest things I ever could do.
It's well, and that's even just only accounting the US version, which is the only one we're talking about today, because beyond that, there's so many more. But even with 15 seasons and what I would probably estimate 200 lip syncs, somewhere around there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. About that. And like you said, we're not including international and we're not including All-Stars lip syncs, which I know a lot of people are like, a lot of the best lip syncs are on All-Stars. I agree with you, but I could not add them here. That was the main comment from the audience. They were like, oh, I like this lip sync, but it was all from All-Stars. And I'm like, I get it. If this goes well, we'll do an All-Stars one. You know what I'm saying? I plan to do that. So I think this was one of the hardest things. So I did a rough, I took the survey questions, the responses. I then ranked them in order, and then I put them on a bracket. So I am going to, I'm going to share the bracket real quick here. Of course, bear with me. Again, first stream. But so this is the bracket. This is a close-up. Let me kind of bring it out here. But it's kind of in the vein of March Madness. We're going to be doing a single elimination style bracket. I was able to do a bracket creator where I just put in my list in order, in the seeds, and then it arranged the bracket in a way that it could fit everybody, and so that it evenly distributed. I love this. I was like, oh, thank God, I don't have to overthink it,
Love it.
And so, and then we're gonna get to the number one, right? So I guess no more talking. Let's kind of get to the rankings. What do you think, Logan? Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the first. We're gonna start. I'm gonna zoom in here on the bracket. Right. I'm gonna zoom in as close as I can. We're gonna start on the first, the first matchup at the top, and we'll just keep going down. Yeah, I know. Well, we're
we're starting rocky. Oh no,
we're starting very rocky. Yeah, it's very rocky. So we're gonna start. Because this is the first round, we'll definitely give all of our input on the lip syncs and what we thought of them and all that. In the first round, summarize the lip syncs, and then as we get further and further down the bracket, it'll more just be the comparison and all of that. So let's start. I also kind of want to bring up pictures if I can. I'm doing a lot here, people. So bear with me. So first off, we have Adore Delano versus Trinity Cabonnet in the Vibology lip sync. So let's just talk about that lip sync before we talk about the matchup. Give me your thoughts on Adore Delano and Trinity K. Bonet.
Oh, I love this lip sync. I always have. Season 6 holds a very special place in my heart.
Mine too.
It was one of the first seasons I actively remember watching.
Okay.
I started with All Stars 1. How I'm still here, I don't know.
Right.
I know why.
That's unfortunate.
That's why I'm still here. But no, this lip sync is so good. This was the first time we saw Adore lip sync.
Yes.
And it was Adore's first, and it was Trinity's third. So, based on trends of Drag Race, you would have thought, oh, well, Trinity's guaranteed to go home. And I was not certain at all during this lip sync whatsoever. Add to it the fact that Paula Abdul is there.
Sitting right there. Okay?
Right there.
Right in front of their face.
Right there. Their performances, and they're dressed as animals.
I can't...
Animal.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. I'm sorry it's a grainy picture, but it's on YouTube. We cannot play the clip.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, we don't want to get taken down.
Absolutely not.
But I'm sorry. Keep going, Logan. Keep going.
You're fine. But yeah, no, because Adore is dressed as who knows what.
Right. I was like, what is she even dressed as?
It's where she has the cage face piece.
Yeah.
And so I think she was trying to be a caged animal. To this day, I still don't know. And Trinity's dressed as the precursor to Kennedy Davenport's Trey didn't like the session, so he had gutted me.
So he had gutted me.
Die. I had crystallized, and now I'm a Amazon bitch ready for the runway.
Yes. Exactly.
That. I don't know. They get all sexual. It's so good. Oh, it's such a good lip sync.
So can we also just talk about for a second how there are going to be 3 Paula Abdul songs on this bracket? 3. I don't know what it is about a Paula Abdul song, but the queens turn it out whenever they get a Paula Abdul song. It's kind of like it's kind of like for me when I think of Drag Race lip syncs, you either kind of need something really, really high tempo or something really, really low tempo. But for some reason, Paula, I would say, is kind of in the middle there, but closer to high, with most of her songs.
Yeah.
So it works so great. Adore honestly killed this lip sync, and I don't know if it's because this was the first time we saw her versus Trinity's 3, but I mean, Trinity did a great job too, but you're taken by Adore because you don't know what's coming next. And she seamlessly wove stunts, splits. I absolutely love the part where she just drops on her butt. I can't get enough of it. From 2 inches away, she drops on her butt, and I'm that is the best trick I've ever seen in my entire life for some reason.
And I've never seen anyone else really do it.
Yeah, exactly.
The closest I can think of is what I've colloquially called the Silky Slam.
Okay, yes.
She was the first, with the legs back, because she was the first person on the show to do it. I know there's a term for it. But I just lovingly call it the Silky Slam because I love Silky. But are we going to talk about Silky today? No, we're not.
No, unfortunately, because most of her really good ones came on All Stars.
All Stars or Canada versus the World. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to do a sequel and see how many Silky lip syncs make it to the top.
Okay. Okay. Yes. This is a whole section of Silky versus Silky versus Silky.
It's literally gonna end up being Silky versus someone and Silky versus someone in the top 4 probably. And I'm gonna live for it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So we get Adore, we get Trinity. I thought they did a good job with their costuming. It didn't look crazy. It didn't look crazy in comparison, going back. They vibed so well off each other, pun intended. Sometimes when queens work together a little bit, it can feel a little hokey, but it didn't here. Let me stop sharing the screen so you can see me. It didn't feel like hokey or anything here to me, and it was just so perfectly balanced. It was so sad that Trinity left after this one, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So, but I thought it was an amazing, amazing lip sync. So
most definitely.
We got to talk about its contender.
And the difficulty here is its contender, because I honestly think if we had to pit this directly up against really any other lip sync, I think it stands a really good chance.
This is hard for me. It really is very, very hard. So it is up against Chi-Chi DeVayne versus Thorgy Thor. Rest in peace, Chi-Chi. It's truly, for me, it's kind of like a high mid-level 2-person lip sync versus a great 1-person lip sync.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think Thorgy does a bad job here whatsoever.
Right.
We know Thorgy is a good lip syncer, and it's kind of gaggy that this is the only time we've ever seen Thorgy lip sync on Drag Race.
Yeah.
And it's like
robbed.
Thorgy is someone I need to see back on my screen. But just the television quality is so good. And I just want to see her talk about Bob more on the show.
Me too.
I want her to win in All Stars and then have Bob and Thorgy go at it on All Winners too.
All Winners.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's difficult because Thorgy does do a good job. But obviously, Chi-Chi is
explosive.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say one of the best lip syncers on Drag Race ever. I was going to say the best, and I don't know who the best would be.
I have there's one lady who is in the top 5 twice. I
have 2 people in mind beyond like the lip syncs that they did. I have 2 people in mind. One of them is Chi-Chi. The other one's Latrice Royale. So like
for the top of all time?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Miss Alyssa Edwards is like staring daggers at you right now.
Absolutely. But for me, when I look at lip syncers specifically, I look at how captivating they are.
Okay.
And I love Alyssa. Sometimes her movements don't always match the song, but they are great.
Okay.
But for me, Alyssa's up there, obviously. But for me, it's always been, honestly, Jujubee, Latrice Royale, and Chi-Chi DeVayne are like my holy trinity of lip syncers.
So in this lip sync, Chi-Chi and Thorgy are doing, and I am telling you, I think it was it the Jennifer Hudson version? I want to say
no, it was the Jennifer Holiday version.
Jennifer Holiday. Okay, I wasn't sure. Perfect. And I think Chi-Chi knew that
another franchise did the Jennifer Hudson version.
Oh, really?
I think I could be very wrong.
Yeah. Chi-Chi did. I mean, I thought Chi-Chi was in Dreamgirls. I thought we started watching Dreamgirls for a second. I mean, come on. She knew she was giving it. She was giving it the power, the raw emotion, and then the beads just breaking at the absolute right time.
Just every time I watch it.
Absolute right time. Yeah, it's just so incredibly good. And this one is a little hard. It truly is. I'm trying to bring up a quick picture here. But it's hard for me.
Yeah, it goes back to what you said, where it's like you have 2 pretty evenly matched performances versus a stellar performance and a good performance. Nothing Thorgy did was bad. I will say my favorite part of the entire thing is the cartwheel at the end.
Yeah, right? It's like, well, I'm here. Let me
like, let me cartwheel while those beads on the floor, and I'm like, okay, Thorgy.
Yes. Shout out to the Killer Queen. Thank you so much. They said, not my 2 faves podcasting together. I'm crying.
It's been years in the making, babes.
Yes. Yeah. So exactly. So Logan, I think it's time. We have to make a decision.
Ladies, we make
okay. I think we have to go with Chi Chi and Thorgy, don't we?
Yeah.
We do. I think Adore and Trinity is so good. It's so good, but Chi Chi just delivers here that I can't not do it. Also we have a playlist of all of the lip syncs. I will put that in the chat as soon as I get a minute. I'll put the link in the chat. But the wonderful Matt Scott, my other co-host, love you so much. He made a playlist, of all of the lip syncs. So let us go back to the bracket. We will choose Chi Chi versus Thorgy, and we will move on to the next one. And it is only going to get harder from here. Yeah. So we have Chi Chi and Thorgy as the winners. Next up, it's Detox and Jinx.
No. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yes. So, Detox and Jinx. I mean, if somebody said, Mari, you can only watch one season of Drag Race for the rest of your life. All of them have to go away.
Yeah.
I am picking season 5. I am picking season 5. I am watching season 5 over and over and over again. Again, this is All Stars excluded. I'm picking season 5, right?
That's fair.
So in this one, we had Jinx and Detox doing Malumbo number 1. And this is one of my favorite lip syncs. It truly is.
It's really
I'm not a Broadway diva or anything like that. I love musical theater. But I mean, this is even better than that to me.
This is I would say the most unique lip sync song choice ever. And I don't know if we could do more songs like this, but I would like to see it.
Same.
I think this falls into the category as well of this falls into a similar category to spoken word lip syncs, which again, I would also like to see a lot more of them. I hope eventually we get the Shangela Sugar Daddy monologue as a lip sync. I think that would be incredible.
Yes.
I think that would be incredible.
I don't have a sugar daddy, but if I wanted a sugar daddy, I could go and get a sugar daddy because I'm what? Okay, sorry, I can't do that. We can't do that.
I'm not that kind of girl, baby. Everything I've gotten, I've worked for. Myself up from the ground up. You bitch!
Oh gosh,
so good. They're covered in candy.
Doing
this lip sync. Thank God. Jinx in confessional in the middle was like, thank God I didn't wear that hoop skirt. The whole thing so much better. We had seen this was again Detox's third and Jinx's first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Detox was a top runner, a front runner for most of the season. She just unfortunately kind of fell down. I feel like it was a steady decline, but then also it was such tough competition that whole season. So can you really say decline when everybody is just so masterful and so good?
Well, and she's talked after the season, Detox, about how she wasn't in a great mental space going into Drag Race the first time, which is remarkable, seeing as how she made top 4. But yeah, I mean, this lip sync is just, it's Jinx at her finest.
Best. She hits every beat of the song. Literally, her body hits every beat of the song.
Yep. And Detox holds her own. I think if it weren't for the fact that this was Detox's third time lip syncing and they had seen basically the same thing from her over and over, I think this could have been the first top 4 on Drag Race that we got, honestly. And I agree. I could fully justify that because I think Detox is very, very worthy. I would love to see Detox again as well on Drag Race. As a side note, like I really think, and I won't spoil anything for people, but anyway,
I
there's
think
a possibility of certain people and people coming back. I'm not saying Detox specifically, but it's not out of the realm of possibility anymore. Let's say that.
And the funny thing to me is I don't think Detox needs to come back. I truly think that she showed everything both times and was so well received, so good. I don't and she's just so good that it kind of transcends the crown in a sense. Like I don't think she needs to come back to win, to prove herself. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like she is amazing. I loved watching the Work the World, her episode of Work the World and stuff like that. The Work the World tour episode. And I think she talked about her sobriety on that as well, I want to say. Yeah. So. I mean, Detox is an amazing queen. And I honestly think that she could be like a judge on a different Drag Race. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So yeah, Malumbo number 5.
I don't think she needs to come back. I just like to see her on TV.
Yeah, you're like, I just want to see her.
I'm like, I just want to see her back on TV.
Yeah, I think that this, like you said, is a unique lip sync. It's a unique lip sync. It gave the performers space to play around, both of them, and it's amazing, technically amazing. So it is squaring up against
someone lip syncing for the third time versus someone lip syncing for the first time again.
I know. Isn't that crazy how that works? Isn't that wild? That is wild how that works.
I was going to say, how many of these are like that sort of scenario? I don't know if it just so happens to be these 3 out of 4 so far.
I know. It's a couple. I do know that. So Chanel and Akasha doing the greatest love of all. I do have it ranked. This one is ranked. I want to say I'm pretty sure it's ranked almost last. Almost last.
Wow.
I know. It's hard. It's one of those things where it's like you're like it starts here, and then I was just adding and adding and adding and adding. I was like, oh my god, how did that fit there? So let me share this. So I think this deserves a spot on the list because it's like technically the first wig.
The first reveal.
Yeah, like it's like is
the first reveal, kind of. Yeah, I mean, because we didn't see anything in the prior 2 episodes where guess what, Akasha lip synced. But it's difficult for me because Chanel does such a great job in this lip sync. And this also isn't my favorite lip sync of Akasha's. My favorite is We Break the Dawn. But I do think Akasha does a really, really good job in this lip sync. But I mean, your eyes are on Chanel this whole time. She's emoting. She's giving you everything that you need. And then, accidentally, the headpiece comes off, which she has revealed years later. She did it on purpose. And I love Chanel for just admitting that like years afterwards. Like, oh yeah, I absolutely did that on purpose.
I always thought it was on purpose. I didn't even think it was that. I know she said it, but I was like, that was like on beat. You threw it, you emoted through it. That's very quick acting if it wasn't on purpose. But I think it's great. I think it's a great lip sync. I mean, it's a Park and Bark song, basically. They also have 2 feet of space.
Literally 2 feet of space.
Like they're on 2x4s. They are lip syncing on 4 2x4s. So it's just like there's not much they can really do, but it is very nostalgic. I do like going back and watching season 1 and just being like, we are so far from this, you know?
And like I would
in a good way though.
Oh, in such a good way. And I still wish that they would bring
and not putting it down.
I still wish they would bring people back from season 1. Like I know a lot of the season 1 girls don't do drag anymore. But like, and I know Nina doesn't really do drag in like the traditional sense of drag. I would pay so much money to World of Wonder to get Nina Flowers back on my TV. Like, honestly, I would. And like, I would love to see Jade Sotomayor. I think Jade would. Ooh. I don't know how Jade would do necessarily, but I would love to see Jade.
To see her, yeah. That's so true.
Yeah, give Anjana another shot. I know she sent herself home on All Stars.
I know.
Sorry, I think this choice is a little more obvious.
Oh yeah, very, very clear. So we're gonna go with Jinx and Detox. Let me share this. Why I have a mouse, like
right,
you know what I'm saying, like I'm like, why am I using my laptop? I have a mouse. Okay,
right.
So we have Detox and Jinx moving on, and we have next up. All right, so Morgan McMichaels.
Wow.
I know. Morgan McMichaels versus Sonique, two of Hearts. This ended up in the bottom. Again, I don't know how we got here. It's one of those things like, how do we?
I don't know how we got here either.
But the good thing is
that is the bottom. No,
it is the bottom. Tell me what, when we come to the thing that you think should have been in the bottom, tell me what you thought should have been in the bottom. Okay.
I can tell you right now, it's the other lip sync that it's against.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
Sharon Needles versus Fifi, aka Jeremy.
Jeremy. The artist formerly known as Fifi O'Hara. Hi.
Yeah.
Let me run through this list again.
Not you.
I think it is.
I have it so high up. I have it at 8. So let's talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it right now. Okay, let's talk, because this is the dissension. This is the first dissension here.
Yeah, honestly, going through the list again, I think my number 25 would be, it's a great lip sync, don't get me wrong, but I think it would be, there are several reasons why I think the Sharon and the artist formerly known as Fifi O'Hara lip sync would be my least favorite.
All right, before we get to that, let's do Morgan McMichaels and Sonique. Let's do them first. Yeah. Give them their just due. This is actually one of those lip syncs that when I put this list together, I immediately thought of, and then it still somehow ended up on the bottom. I think it's just because, again, strength of what we're working with here. We're working with some of the best lip syncs of all time, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get a good picture here. Sorry, all of my pictures I'm pulling them off the video. I'm just like pausing the video.
It happens. I mean,
I know.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Oh no, what did I do here?
This is a lip sync I always remember.
Okay, there we go.
And like season 2 is so filled with good lip syncs. And I mean, Jujubee contributes a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I always think of this lip sync because you have Kai. I'm gonna call her Kylie.
Kylie, yep.
You have Kylie coming out of her dress into this matching leopard print bra and panty situation. Morgan is just Morganing all over the stage. She is serving, as RuPaul called, the tightest lip sync they had ever seen up until that point. And like, we don't see RuPaul really talking much after lip sync other than, ladies, I've made my decision. And she fully takes the time to be like, the acrobatics that you did, Kylie, were so good, and Morgan, your lip sync was so tight. Like, that, for me, like, it's always such a good lip sync. I think of just Kylie backflipping down the middle of the runway. Like, I think of that. I think of Morgan and all of her hand movements. Like, it's such a good lip sync. Wow, this is so much higher on my list.
That's funny. I agree. I like it. I loved everything you said. Acrobatics, Morgan kind of standing there and doing like Britney arms. Like I do. I love it. I think the reason why it fell so far for me is just, unfortunately, I have no emotional attachment to this lip sync because the season I watched live was 3. Like that. That was the season like I watched live from the beginning Knew that Raja was gonna win because of Perez Hilton.
Thanks, Perez.
But still watched,
Totally.
Season 1 and 2, I stumbled upon both of them. I watched them both, but not in real time. It was one of those things where it's still kind of niche. I would just be like, I would just be flipping the channel. I'm like, oh, that drag show that I like is on again. Let me just watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know it wasn't appointment viewing. So by 3, I was in it. 3, 4, 5, I was in it. I want to say 6 is the one that I remember as an adult, where it was more like, now it's like not just entertainment, but I'm understanding the storylines. I'm understanding the performers. I'm understanding that this is a reality TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started thinking of it more critically because I was like 24 or something at the time when season 6 came out.
Season 6 was what, 2014?
Yeah, 13 into 14, something like that.
Would you like me to let you know how old I was at that time?
Please make me feel old.
I was 16.
Yeah.
I was
I still love you.
I was a sophomore or a junior, depending on what time of year this came out, in high school.
Yeah, exactly. So, I was working like my second job, watching it at work.
I was working my first job.
Exactly. So like, and bury that. Like the first season of RuPaul, I'm pretty sure it was 2009. So I was in college or something like that. So
yeah,
unfortunately I don't have as close of a heart tie to season 1 and season 2.
That's fair.
And as much as I really did like this lip sync, it truly did it just happened to fall at that spot, because I actually went back and I watched, I did my list, I watched everything in order. I went back and I shuffled a bunch, and this was not at 25 when I first did the list. So
I think for me as well, one last point on this. It's interesting that you were like, I don't have a heart to this season, because when I bring people into Drag Race to watch it, I start with season 2.
Interesting.
And I know a lot of people are like, oh, start with 5, start with 6, start with
5. 4. Yeah.
I'm like, I always start with 2, because starting at season 2 is such a great way to show the full development of how far we've come. Because, like, let's be honest, that second challenge where they're stripping, and like, that whole challenge is not great, and like, but you see the like development of the season. Plus, again, I love Jujubee. We'll talk about Jujubee later, because I will talk incessantly about Jujubee for hours on end. But yeah, I always start people on season 2. I've always done that.
Yeah,
so I understand not having the heart tie. I do, which is why I feel like I am a lot more passionate about this thing.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. But now I think we will not agree on this. So tell me.
Nope.
Tell me, Logan. Well, no, let me go first, because I think you've been going first.
Please do.
So let me go first. I think that for Fifi and I'm trying to like do 8 things at a time. But for Fifi and artist formerly known as Fifi O'Hara and Sharon Needles.
The artist formerly known as Fifi O'Hara and the artist formerly known as Sharon Needles, because we don't acknowledge her anymore.
Exactly. Redacted.
Redacted Needles and redacted O'Hara. Anyway.
This to me had everything, right? It had the song. We get the remix of Raining Men with RuPaul adding their vocals.
Yeah.
We had the costumes. Them, one is dressed as a devil, one is dressed as an angel, because this was a partner challenge that they, of course, were partnered into. Shocker. The storyline, they have been beefing all season.
Yep.
So it's like they wanted to wipe the floor with each other. And then Redacted Needles just coming out of nowhere. Like, I had no idea they were going to like do like pull out that type of good lip syncing skill, like that, just so emotive. I love a good when people emote during the lip sync. It's just it's everything to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Fifi, aka Johnny, is over here doing everything. And it's not over the top. Like, it's not over the top flips and dips, you know?
Yeah.
It feels perfectly placed. Like, even though this song is like a disco anthem, and you could kind of just do some regular disco moves, he made it so that like it was so good. Like, it didn't feel weird, even though flips, tricks, dips, splits, you know, but in like almost like a slow. He kind of did it slowly too. Like, it's like the slow dip was. Yeah, exactly. So, and the wig and the one bobby pin, I was like, oh no, which it would be a death sentence today.
And that's my primary issue.
That's your primary issue. Okay.
I'm gonna let you finish, but yeah.
No, that's it. That's basically it. I just want to go to my result, and then the final of it all. You're like, oh my god, that was a great lip sync. Who's gonna go home? Who's gonna win the storyline? Neither of them. Because throughout the lip sync, we've been seeing Willem in the background, their face, and all of a sudden, RuPaul, Willem, please step to the stage. Like, huh? Willem goes home.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't want to assume. I think that the Willem of it all might boost this lip sync for a lot of people. If I'm looking specifically, I think this is a good lip sync. I think this is very worthy of being in our top 25.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just a little too messy on both of their parts. Because you do see Miss Needles kind of stumbling around the stage at certain moments, and they try to cut away from it, but you can see it.
Yeah.
And the artist formerly known as Fifi O'Hara is doing a really good job, and I think is doing great moves for the song. It all just kind of seemed a little sloppy. The wig coming off, like,
I agree.
It's a sloppiness sort of situation for me. Like I said, I do enjoy this lip sync, but if I'm comparing it to the other 24 lip syncs on this list, I think it would be my 25.
Okay. All right. I can take that. So are we going to be at a standstill on who we think should go forward though?
We might.
We don't know how to break a tie. Like,
how do we break a tie? Honestly,
chat, help us. Chat. Put in.
I guess in this case, it would go to what the rankings were from the poll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
So
let's see.
I can accept that as a tiebreaker. It means that Two of Hearts is out, and I'm fundamentally disappointed about that, but I can accept it.
Okay, so let me go to the poll ranking just to check. But also, chat, if you're here, put yours in the comments. Sorry, I'm trying to just get to the results. All right. Just show me the results.
Oh.
What? Oh, okay. I see.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to get back to the original, like to the raw data to see, like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
And you said don't lean on them.
Okay, so let's see. So Morgan McMichaels, Sonique, looks like got a 13th place rating here. An honorable mention from me. And
so
it's
Scar
Mm-hmm.
Hell in the top says, I feel like Two of Hearts was the better performance, but It's Raining Men was the better moment.
That is how you. I agree with that. I completely agree with all of that.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. I'll let y'all have it.
Yay.
I'll let y'all have it.
Plus, then we don't have to talk about Miss Needles anymore.
Yay.
Will it survive the next round?
Right. Exactly. Okay, so let me go back. And we'll make it official.
Yay.
Morgan Michaels and Sonique, aka Kylie, aka Sonique, Kylie, Two of Hearts. You're moving on in the bracket.
Woo.
Okay. I think this one's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Jasmine Kennedy versus Georges. Something's got a hold on me. And Aja versus Nina Benina Brown. Finally, I think we are. Chat, please stay because we might need your help again.
I we're gonna disagree.
Like we might need your help again here. Let's talk about Jasmine Kennedy.
Put personal bias aside for a second.
Oh, okay. Please and thank you.
Against.
While I look for the picture,
the Bonina of it all.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Jasmine Georges.
Yeah, Jasmine and Georges first.
The lip sync we had been waiting for in the middle of the season in season 14. Like,
okay.
I love this lip sync. I really do. I love an Etta James choice that just comes out of nowhere. And I love that they've been throwing in all of these older songs as of recent. Because that's a lot of what you hear, at least in Arizona, when you go to drag shows, a lot of it is a lot of older music.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I love it personally. Something's Got a Hold on Me is one of my favorite Etta James songs. I do enjoy this lip sync. They both gave the correct amount of energy for the song that they were given.
Okay, they both. I agree, and I think that's what we kind of got to talk about because why? I remember thinking the exact same thing. I was like, oh my god, it's Georges, it's Jasmine. This is gonna be great. And then when the music started, I was like, what? Something's got a hold on me. Like we didn't have nothing else in the back. Like they say,
y'all could have saved that for Angeria.
Yeah. Okay.
Angeria would have killed that.
I was so disappointed. I'd never been so disappointed so quickly.
Could you imagine Angeria and Deja lip syncing to Something's Got a Hold on Me?
Now that would have been great. Like I just
for a second.
If there was any way to rig this, like this would be the one. Like, why would you put both of them in the bottom on a week where, like, I'm not saying I don't like the song. I thought the song was good, and like you said, they did what they could with the song. But we are looking at two girls who can do tricks on tricks on tricks on tricks.
You had Radio in your back pocket, and you didn't.
Oh my gosh! Yes, they did.
You had
the
J. What was the J-Lo song? From the Lollapalooza.
If you was it If You Had My Love? No, it was the one Love Don't Cost a Thing. Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like you had Love Don't Cost a Thing in your back pocket. You had Respect in your back pocket and you didn't use it here. Like
so many choices that went unchoiced here.
I'm actually curious because it was a double save. It's the first double save that we're talking about in our list. Who would you have given the win to?
When I tell you I did not enjoy this lip sync, I truly did not enjoy this
Wow.
lip sync. I told you, for me, the later seasons, it is so hard to find a good lip sync in the later seasons for me. And I literally watched all of the lip syncs to prepare for this.
Yeah.
And the production with the thumb on the scale in the last like 4 seasons truly just something about it just does not serve the lip syncs.
I think there are bright moments. I think our choice for season 14 could have been a different one. Now that I'm like reflecting on it, because if I'm being honest, I think we should have maybe put Deja and Daya here.
Oh, yeah.
Fallen. Now that I'm like thinking about it again, or maybe Bosco and Camden.
Bosco and Camden. This is hard because this was right before Snatch Game, right? This is before the tragedy that is Snatch Game, and then the Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
So
this is the DragCon panels challenge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think Georges would have won. Shout out to Dee Dee.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for joining us, Dee Dee. I think I would have given it to Georges because I just felt they were hampered. I felt like they were handcuffed by this song, to be quite honest. That's why I didn't truly enjoy it. Even though like that's nothing against the song itself. Like I will listen to that song, but I want to see people like perform, and I want to see people who can perform to that song versus having to what it feels like hone their skills down for it. So I would have given it to Georges, I think. Would you have given it to Jasmine? It could have gone either way.
I would have given it to Jasmine. I think Jasmine...
It could have gone either way.
It definitely could have. I think I agree with you completely. They were very handcuffed by this song. The only moment in this lip sync that I remember is Jasmine going into the slow split. That's honestly the only thing that stands out to me in this lip sync. And so I think if I'm judging it based on... Because I've watched this lip sync a few times. Season 14 was not that long ago. But if I'm thinking about memorable moments, the only thing that stands out to me is Jasmine and her slow split.
I remember that. I would have just completely fell.
For me, I would have given it to Jasmine.
Yeah, I can see that too. Honestly, it could have gone both ways. So I do like that it was a double Shantae, because I feel like we'll talk about a lot of lip syncs on here that could have been double Shantaes. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe should have been,
right. So I would much rather err on the side of do a double Shantae if they both like deserve it. Yeah. But I can see what you're saying. I didn't think that RuPaul wanted to let Georges go that early, so it could be that's why we got the
Jasmine was expendable. Jasmine at this point was expendable to production and served a good enough lip sync that they could justify it. And I think it would have been interesting though had Jasmine gone home at 8 prior to Snatch Game. If the Lollapalooza still happens, Bosco no, because then Bosco would have probably been eliminated, but she had the golden chocolate bar. So Lollapalooza would have been for nothing, and I would have loved seeing that, if I'm being honest.
I personally, I didn't care. I didn't mind all of the no eliminations. I know people that maybe that's a hot take. So many people are like, eliminate these bitches. I'm like, I'm fine. I like all of them. I think that yeah.
If it was a less like powerful cast, I think I maybe would have agreed with some of those people. But the cast for 14 is what carries the entire season.
Exactly. Well, we gotta move on through. Okay, so
I know. I was gonna say we're almost an hour in, and we
talked too much. We do. Like we're like a quarter of a way in. Jesus,
literally.
So we gotta talk about Aja versus Nina Bonita Brown, and finally, like this is one of those lip syncs. This is one of those lip syncs where it's not my main one, so I'll talk about the main one. But this is one of those lip syncs where I can go kind of like frame by frame. I'm like, like tit shake, you know, like the splits. Like it, I do enjoy this lip sync. I think this is one of those lip syncs where both the performers are having fun. Not only that, it's just like they're giving it. At that point, I think though, wasn't Aja had been in the bottom a few times at that point. I want to say
it was her second lip sync.
Okay.
Because she sent Queen Banana Lady Kimora Black.
Kimora Black home, yeah.
Yeah, she sent Kimora home to Holding Out for a Hero.
Yeah.
Which
was
if we did individual lip sync performances, that's probably in my top 5. Another idea. There you go. You're welcome. But
I know. Free content.
No, I love this lip sync. I love that they finally, pun intended, redid this song, and it was pretty good.
Because they did it in what, season 1? Or when did they? Was this the redo? This was the redo, right? Or was the redo this?
No,
this year.
It was 15, wasn't it?
Yes, they just did it in the lips. Was it in the Lollapalooza?
It was Jax versus Anitra. It was the final round.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Finally, it was
that
the final round.
Lollapalooza was.
Drag Race is a blur right now with the 3 seasons we have going, plus a cast got dropped this morning. It's wild.
It did?
Espana dropped this morning, yeah.
Oh my god, I've been just prepping.
Or it's dropping today. I honestly haven't taken a full look, but
yeah. So I mean, this is one of those lip syncs though, where you're like, what was going on in this episode? You know what I'm saying? Nina and her full Nina Brownness have a full leopard face on. Nina Brown's lip syncs are so funny to go back and just watch with like no context of the episodes, because she's always in full face as some character, and it adds to the performance but also makes it kind of spooky. It's so funny how that works. But we get her and Aja here. Aja's doing the damn thing, and so is Nina. I feel like this was a pretty hard, like a pretty even match. And I only think that Aja went home here, right? Because correct. I think her storylines were done, right? And I think it was kind of getting to her at this point, right?
Yeah, her drag just wasn't at the point of everybody else's at this point, because this is final 9. So this is 9021 Ho, I believe. Yeah, because the following week is let's get this roast a cooking. So yeah, Aja's storyline was done. I think they could have, if they had the room in the schedule, I think they could have justified a double save here.
I agree.
I think it was worthy of that. I don't know if that's just necessarily looking back on it now, but I really enjoyed this lip sync. It's good. So the double back end when they both go backwards is just like, it's one of those moments that just pops in my head sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Season 9 is when they didn't have as much wiggle room, because that's when they first went to VH1, from what I understand. So it's like, and the fans are so fickle. Like, it's like you want to see double saves, so they build in for double saves. But when they give you double saves, you're like, this was rigged. It didn't need to be a double save, or that could have been a double save, or this could have been a double save. So it's like no winning. And I will be contradicting myself when we get to another lip sync when I say I thought that didn't need to be a double save. But yeah,
well, remember they had already technically used their double save when Eureka goes home, because it's technically a double save between Cynthia and Farrah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Even though someone goes, if we want to go worst lip syncs, I have my choice between the two.
What's your choice? Give it to
me. It's finally.
Of course. Yeah. I agree. It's so good.
I think Jasmine and Jorgeous as performers, I would maybe choose the two of them over Aja and Nina as performers. But if you're comparing these two lip syncs, like we said with Jasmine and Jorgeous, they were just like, they were very restricted by what they could do in that lip sync. So for me, it's definitely finally.
So, wait, I just want to see if this is the bottom of the bracket. Nope. Oh my God, we gotta go, Logan.
We gotta. Well, once we get past this round, it'll be a lot.
Yeah, it'll be easier. That's true. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
So next up, we have Jocelyn Fox versus Laganja Estranja in Stupid Girls versus Candy Muse versus Simone in Boss. So let's start with Jocelyn Fox and Laganja Estranja, and I'll go first. Right, I'll go first here. This is one of those lip syncs that I think is very underrated, and I think it all worked. Like Stupid Girls is one of my favorite songs. Like I love Pink, and Stupid Girls is one of my absolute favorite songs. Their costumes worked, just absolutely worked for the song. Laganja, just amazing performer and lip syncer, and Jocelyn Fox with the comedic timing. It was everything. This was such a great lip sync.
And you have to remember, Laganja is lip syncing right after everyone told her that her personality was fake, and we got the "I'm feeling very attacked." This is literally right after that. And so, like, you see the fire and the anger in Laganja, and Jocelyn is just, because this was Jocelyn's first, I believe.
I believe so as well.
She went 3 times.
She did. I can't remember if I this feels like the first one.
This was the first, and I know she goes home against a door in the last episode. But no, maybe she only lip synced twice. I don't remember a third.
No, because she went up against. Because she didn't send Adore home. No, so she sent. I feel like she sent somebody else. She sent a person home, I thought.
Because it's Laganja that goes home here, and then Trinity goes,
which is wild.
And then and then it's Jocelyn.
Did she send? Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, no. So Jocelyn only lip syncs twice.
Huh. I thought she. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is very professional. This is very professional.
The most.
The most professional. I thought she lip synced early, like really early in the season, but I can't remember. It's fine. We're not here to talk about the seasons. We're here to talk about the lip syncs.
That part. I love this lip sync. This is
this
is in my top 10 for this list. Like it's like you said, it's such an underrated lip sync. Okay. I have it at number 10.
Yeah.
So
not bad.
It's just the double split is always so good. Laganja
so good.
A giant pink wig into this like short wig situation. The double split, the comedic timing, the want of it all. Laganja just doing every single trick she knows, like in the book. Like it's so good.
It's so good. I love when you can mix comedy and then like the actual dance ability, you know, and they're both equal on equal playing field too. This is such a good lip sync. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it has to face Candy Muse versus Simone in Boss. So let me get your thoughts on Boss. It's literally here. I have it as 20. It almost was an honorable mention spot for me.
It's 24 for me, if I'm being honest.
Yep.
It's a good lip sync. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Clearly they didn't want to send either of the top 2 of the season home in 9th. So it is what it is.
To be quite honest, it's almost here because I had to put I wanted to try and put a lip sync from each season on here. And unfortunately, to me, season 13 was just not a good lip syncing season.
I would have had another choice, personally. I actually have two other choices.
Please.
My two other choices would have been Denali and Lala When I Grow Up.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Or
I was close.
Yeah. And I don't love this queen, but I'm gonna acknowledge that her performance was good. Elliot versus Lala to Whole Lotta Woman by Kelly Clarkson. I don't love I love Lala. I don't love the other person, but I can respect that lip sync is phenomenal. And they are a great entertainer.
It still was meh. Both of those are meh to me. Okay. If anything, boo Elliot. If anything,
I can respect that they are a good performer. But I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I think if for me, I almost put Denali's Pure Love on here. But the only reason why it's not on here is because I literally said Denali's Pure Love, because
Denali Pure Love featuring a cameo from Kimora Hall.
Yes, exactly. Like,
honestly,
it's right. So I like if we could just perfect performance. If we could edit poor Kimora out, but this was a double save, right? And
yes.
My thought process was like, I don't necessarily remember this this lip sync, right? Okay. I don't remember it as much. But then I went back and I watched it and I was like, this actually was a really good lip sync.
Like a really good lip sync.
It is. Yeah, like I think I was just so, when it first happened, I was like, these are two of your front runners. Like I think my brain was scrambled that they were both in the bottom to begin with. And then when the right? And so when the double Shantae happened, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And so it was kind of like a blur between that and that, you know? I actually gagged when she told Candy to go home. And I was like,
and then she was like, Candy, wait. And we're just like it's the turn the camera moment. I think for me, again, I'm gonna go with a little bit of recency bias because this season wasn't that long ago. And if you remember, this double save happened at like the peak of Candy hatred, because she had just finished her storyline with Misha, and people were like either fully in support of Candy or fully in support of Tamisha. And obviously that has shifted since the season. But this was the peak of everyone being like, why is Candy there? Candy's not talented. Candy's not bringing anything. The storyline is already over. Like, why is Candy still here? Why did Candy get saved? Because Candy Muse is a fucking icon. Period.
Yeah. I would be wearing my Candy Muse shirt right now if it wasn't dirty, because I wear it all of the time.
And I would say, speaking of Candy, as much as I love Simone as a lip syncer, if I had to give someone the win here, for me it was Candy.
Yeah, it's hard because I agree. I think Candy did a great job here, but Simone was just looking so good in this lip sync. You know what I mean? Like,
I completely agree. In her third of 7 lip syncs on season 13. She's the only person to lip sync 7 times on one season.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, like so I agree. I think Candy did better by a smudge, but we're not saying bye to Simone. So that was another thing. I was like, Simone has to win this, so there's no tension here.
Because Simone's winning the season, so
exactly. And the only tension was Ru actually said the words to Candy, like sashay away. And I was gagged because I don't care what anybody said. I love Candy at the height of Candy hatred. Like, I was still team Candy. Always.
I was as well.
Yeah, so I was about to be so sad because there was a lot of girls there, but when she got the save, I was like, I was happy, but I don't think I really truly liked her still hearing sashay away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they were trying to make it a moment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. This planned. This was absolutely planned. And like, once they realized, oh, hey, our front runners are not like the best, or not the best in this challenge. Hey, let's make it a moment. And it's a great song too. I think Jocelyn and Laganja is the winner here.
I do too. Candy and Simone's lip sync is awesome, but it's not iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not iconic.
It's up there, but I would agree.
Yeah, like it exactly. So let me change this here so we can move on to the next. All right. So we're giving it to Jocelyn and Laganja.
Yeah.
That second round is gonna be.
Oh boy.
Oh, my mouse. Oh. No, my mouse. Okay, here we go. I had a new mouse. My mouse went rogue.
Oh no.
Don't look at it. No,
I already did. No, I'm leaving. I can't. No. Oh no.
So we have the most recent addition to this list. Anitra versus Marsha and Boss Bitch. Is it Boss Bitch, right?
Boss Bitch.
Yeah. Versus Raja versus Carmen Carrera and Straight Up.
No.
Yeah, that's messed up. Oh, no. I'm like looking at myself like, girl, why'd you do that? Like, I didn't. I just put him into a list and that's what happened. So Logan, let's talk about the most recent addition here.
The most recent addition, yes.
Yeah.
Which you can also listen to our thoughts because Mari was there.
I was,
when we recorded this episode of The Cup, which I'm going to be honest, actually has not been published yet. It's being published right after this stream.
Oh, great.
I drop them on Fridays now. It's lovely. Go check out our opinions there as well. This lip sync is so good. It's so good. Anitra, for it being her, fourth lip sync of the season.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right, because of the Lollapalooza.
Because she was the Bosco of the Lollapalooza this year. For it being her fourth lip sync, she's still pulling out like new stunts, new tricks. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And then this was Marsha's second time lip syncing. We saw her really put it to Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. To the Anita song. And I completely agree with what Amy just said. Trying not to have recency bias, but Boss Bitch was so good. And the choreo was giving what it needed to give. I couldn't agree more.
That is so true. I know. Like, oh God. It's so bad. Screaming, crying, throwing up. Like, this is a hard choice.
Literally me right
now. Our extended takes, well, you can check it out on The Cup, but this was the lip sync that basically inspired this stream. I was like, I was like, we got to put this on the list. We got to look at where it ranks. And I put it, I try to avoid the recency bias. So I did rank it lower. I ranked it at 19, like kind of like, you just got here, kid. You just hop on the list, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, everything about it was so good. The butt fall again, the jump and tuck over Marsha, the song. I think the only thing that could have made it a tad bit better is if Marsha's makeup wasn't as distracting.
Yeah. But I think it played so well into the lip sync too. Like, I think everything here it goes so well. And that's kind of the same with both lip syncs.
This is rough.
Because then you go to Raja and Carmen. The epitome.
Talk about it.
Of
sex.
Yes. Oh, this lip sync was so good.
My gosh.
We've seen, because this is the return of Carmen.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever, the judges got to bring someone back. And obviously,
which they did a lot.
Michelle's going to bring back her Jersey Girl, whatever. It made more sense in season 3 than it did in season 4. when they brought back Kenya.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a good still here. I just loved it. This is again one of those lip syncs. When I created this bracket, I was like, it has to go on here. It has to be on here. Oops, I went to full screen. Oops, sorry. Look at me. Look at me. So when Carmen says, "Oh, we're getting naked."
Well, Carmen is nudity. So it's just
it is just sex on the stage.
But she's already wearing no clothes.
Nothing.
It's a makeover, and obviously she's gonna put her and her partner in a bikini, and then Raja wearing a really ugly dress. I'm gonna be honest, Raja.
It is.
It's not.
I can't move it. I can't make it move, or we'll get cut. We'll get cut off.
But it's just like, and this was Raja's first lip sync, so we really didn't have a whole lot of an idea about Raja's performance ability.
Yeah.
And immediately she's just like, no, I'm gonna bring you sex. I'm gonna bring you dominatrix. Like, I'm gonna go up to Carmen while she's on the floor and kiss her shoulder. I'm sorry. Just
great. So sexy. And I think the reason why Raja edges Carmen out here is because not only is she exuding sex with her movement, but Raja's face here, it's just, I mean, not saying that Carmen isn't giving face, but I do feel like this Carmen had already went home. She came back. This was her third or fourth time lip syncing.
And remember, she also got the double save.
Right. So it was like her third or fourth time.
This was her third because she lip synced. She got the double save with Yada, and then she lip synced against Shangela sent her home.
Oh, Shangela sent her home. Yeah.
Shangela sent her home, and then Raja. Yeah.
Right. You're right.
Raja was winning the season. So I mean, there was no way around it. I've made my decision.
Yeah, let's go. Wait, what's your decision?
Okay, do you want to do
Anitra? Isn't okay? It's okay. No, it's good.
No,
it's this one.
No, I'm picking straight up.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
I came in. I have Raja and Carmen straight up over them, but I thought we were gonna give it to Anitra and Marcia.
Oh no!
But I'm okay. No. I'm okay with either one, honestly. I'm okay with going with straight up.
Amy says it's Boss Bitch.
Oh,
wow.
Storytelling versus theatrics.
I'm fine with it. Like, I'm not. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah,
that's honestly what it is.
Dee says, which resonates most with you? I loved Anitra and Marcia pairing, but just rewatch Raja and Carmen and fell in love with it all over again. It truly is. Amy just said, honey, it's Boss Bitch. Like, even the audience is split. Okay. Scarkel said Boss Bitch. Oh my gosh.
I am okay conceding to Boss Bitch. I'm fine with it. That's what chat's saying. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, there was no way that they were sending Raja home and straight up.
No.
Yeah, both are really good. Let me. I'm like pressing buttons, still trying to decide.
That's fair.
My dog fell asleep. This is hard, y'all. This is hard.
I'm fine with Boss Bitch.
You're fine with Boss Bitch.
Yeah.
But not. I'm really trying to think which one I've watched more redoing this list, but honestly, I watched them both over and over again. let's go with Boss Bitch just to put some new blood in the bracket. Let's do that.
Sure.
But two very, very good lip syncs. This one's going to be interesting, I think, here.
Oh, I mean, I have a decision immediately, but
okay. I agree. But we get Bob the Drag Queen versus Derek Barry doing "You Make Me Feel Mighty Real."
Yes.
Let me talk about this, right? So,
please.
This is, of course, the only time Bob lip syncs on Drag Race. Was this Derek Barry's second time?
Second, because she sent Robbie home.
Yeah. It's on here and ranked pretty high, I think, because I like Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's valid and understandable.
Like, I truly kind of think it's here just because I like Bob. But also, it's a pretty good lip sync. You know? But it's a very I have it middle of the pack. Yeah, I still have it middle of the pack here.
I do as well. Where do you have it? I have it at 15.
I have it at 11.
Fair, okay.
Yeah, it was one of those spots where I was like really like mixing and stirring them up.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing about this though is like it's everything. This is where you know Drag Race loves to put you got the storyline of it all, you know?
Yeah.
Bob and Derek were going at it all season. You have your front runner in the bottom.
And
so Sorry, nope, keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say, and you're coming off of 2 seasons prior where the winner of the season didn't lip sync. So I think they were really trying to find really any opportunity to put everybody in the bottom to avoid that sort of like negative critique again of like, how are y'all gonna go 3 seasons without the winner of the season lip syncing because this is a show about lip syncing, whatever. Yeah, that's what the fandom sounds like to me. But it's such a good lip sync. Bob ripping off the skirt to fan herself is just so good.
Exactly.
I think this is another case for me, very similarly to the Chi-Chi and then the Adore and Trinity situation, where we'll talk about the other lip sync where it's 2 very strong performances versus Bob with a cameo from Derek Barry doing
Derek Barry was in her showgirl background dancer mode, just
with those eyebrows. Like,
they said you need to change your eyebrows. Thank you. We're sending you home.
Max, we need to see you without gray hair. Great. Doesn't do gray hair. Goes home.
Yep. Yeah, I think Bob absolutely destroys this performance, embodying that song, making it her own, like the facial expressions. I love the knee slide, like just so good. So, and so I think it's pretty simple. The next one is Jaden Dior Fierce versus Candy Ho's Break Free, which I actually feel is one of the most underrated lip syncs of all time to me.
So you're about to hear me defend this lip sync within an inch of my life. This is my number 3 on this list. I could not agree with you more. I think this is one of the most underrated lip syncs we've ever had. It's my number 3.
Wow. Okay.
I love this lip sync. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I love Jaden Dior Fierce. She is one of my favorite queens to ever be on Drag Race, and she deserves another spot. They have put her in the All-Stars casting portal 3 times, and they need to put her back on the show.
Have to. Like Jaden Dior. I hate season 7 like with a passion. You cannot get me to rewatch season 7. At most, I will rewatch the lip syncs because.
Meanwhile, it's my roommate's favorite season. Fun fact.
Where's the taste?
I have a personal bias because obviously our hometown queen and the only person to ever represent Tucson is on this season for an episode. Plus, like it's the cast for him. Like he loves Trixie and Katya and Jaden and Ginger and Max, and like the cast for him is what does it. But
how did Pearl make it to the final 3?
Do you watch The Drag Detective?
I do.
Did you see he
haven't watched in a minute though?
He just did the unriggery of that's not what he called it, but like what if season 7 wasn't rigged?
Okay, I will check that out literally when we finish this.
I won't spoil it, but it's correct. Let's just say that.
It's correct.
What happens, it feels correct. But no, and I love Candy Ho as well. I think Candy is also someone that I think is kind of overdue to come back to Drag Race.
Yeah.
Because of, I mean, we talk about the Candy Ho edit all the time where she's literally not in the season other than lip syncing. But, and this was, again, her...
Great cast. That's great runways. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
the challenges sucked. That's
yeah. I mean, Violet at the time, I really, really loved. Kennedy Davenport. Like, yeah, it's the cast. I think this lip sync is so high up for me because just Jaden is just emoting the whole time. Both of these girls had lip synced prior. And so we were kind of like, oh, are we going to see anything new from them? And we do. We get this, like, we get Jaden giving the Ellie Diamond 8 count. We get Candy just whipping that ponytail. They're both in it. It's such a close lip sync. I really think it could have gone either way. They were done with Candy's storyline, so they were going to send Candy home. But I think both of these queens were very expendable to Drag Race at this point.
Unfortunately.
But it's such a strong lip sync that both individual performances like stand so strong on their own. It could have been a double save. I really think, for me, this is the best lip sync of season 7. And I know that might be a little bit of a controversial opinion to some people. But this is the best lip sync of the season for me. I'm going to defend this lip sync. This is my choice.
This is your choice?
I love Bob. I love Bob. Let me make that very clear. I love Bob. Derek's performance does not stand up to Jaden or Candy. And if I'm comparing Candy's performance to Derek's performance, if I'm just looking at who goes home, Candy does significantly better than Derek.
I agree. I agree with everything you're saying. And I like Jaden Dior Fierce. Literally, one of the best things from season 7 is when they redid the music videos. Yeah. That is literally my favorite challenge. Okay, so but it's Bob. It's Bob, Logan. It's Bob. I'm sorry. Like it's Bob. It's Bob.
Fine.
It's
not making it past the next round. I don't know what it's against. Let me make this very clear. It's not making it past the next round.
It's not. I know what it's against. It won't. So.
Okay. I shall concede again.
Again?
Fine.
It's your first concession, basically. Okay, let me re-go. I love this. Okay, so we are going to give it to Bob versus Derek Barry. Even though I agree, Jaden Dior Fierce and Kenny Ho, it is good. It is a great lip sync. I think it's one you have to remind yourself of, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh.
Fireworks.
Now, I know your opinions on certain things in this lip sync bracket.
Yes.
So, okay. Interesting lineup.
So first off is Cameron Michaels versus Eureka in New Attitude versus Widow Von Du versus Gigi Good Starships. So I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I absolutely hate. I hate the New Attitude lip sync, and I even rewatched it twice this morning just to be like, was it because I didn't like what was happening in that season, which is mostly what was happening, which mostly where my animosity comes from. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure.
But even rewatching it so many years removed, this lip sync to me did not deserve a double Shantae. Nothing in this lip sync shouted double Shantae just because they did the splits at the same time. Like, and then so the granny makeup didn't help them. I think that didn't help them at all. Like,
not help.
That was unfortunately for them, that was the runway. They had to be in this granny makeup. So Cameron had full prosthetics, and it really hurt her emoting. Like it looked so weird when she tried to emote. Eureka wasn't emoting. She was just trying to like, dance. Nothing new, nothing innovative to me. And they literally did a double Shantae, I think, because they didn't want to send Eureka home.
Well, no, you have to remember though, there were 6 people for the makeover challenge next week, so you have to remember.
So it would have been a double Shantae no matter what.
I'm like, who would they have gotten rid of the celebrity stars?
Hi, Frankie.
I enjoy Frankie Grande. I'm not a Frankie Grande defender, but I enjoy his presence in certain things, such as season 15. I thought he was lovely. I think this is a fine lip sync. I think this is the only one. No, not the only one we included from season 10. We could have gotten away with maybe adding another lip sync from another season.
You are the one who made me put this on the lips the thing.
Because at the time, it with forethought, I would have suggested Deja and Daya is the lip sync I would have picked. I don't think this lip sync is bad by any means of the imagination. It's not great. It's 22 for me.
Yeah, it's 23 for me. So at least we're right there.
Yeah. This choice is very, very easy because then you put it up against.
Please walk me through it.
A great lip sync.
Just amazing. When I tell you, I will go back and watch Widow versus Gigi. Like,
it's so good.
Why hasn't Widow been on an All Stars? Like,
Widow's been through a lot of shit since season 12.
Oh,
sorry. Well, there was the whole like thing with her getting arrested. That was like a whole big thing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think we will see Widow in a few years on an All Stars. I think production would be dumb not to bring her back because she is entertainment.
Yeah.
I love her.
She was so good.
This lip sync on both ends, this lip sync is phenomenal because obviously widows in this lip sync.
Oh my gosh.
The bending the foot back still to this day like makes my stomach like
Yep.
Gigi holds her own here.
She does. Even if she's doing kind of like the just bopping around, she does really good comedy. The falls, like I loved all of it.
Too. Like it really fits with it.
This whole episode of Drag Race, this being the premiere.
This is the premiere
of season 12. Baby, like it set the bar so high.
Yeah. Oh, I do agree with what Scarkel says in the chat. Cameron Monet was a better lip sync and more deserving of a double save. I completely agree.
I agree. And I think that's why I was mad about I have some
put
very
Cameron
very
Monet
bad...
on this list instead of Cameron Eureka. That's what we should have done. But whatever. Yeah. We'll have to do another top 25 because I think there are enough that we could do it with just main series. Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Widow Gigi, hands down.
Widow Gigi. It's so good. It truly is so good. And Nicki Minaj is getting her life. Again, I think the episode carries it too. Widow rapping upside down in this episode. I'm that bitch. I go back and I watch that so often. Oh my God.
You were saying earlier about like, if I could only watch, you were saying if you could only watch one season, it would be season 5. I honestly think if I only had to watch one season, it might be season 12.
Interesting.
I love
the Sherry pie cut, the redacted pie cut.
I ignore her at all times.
Yeah. I want to see that cut though, like because that season was so choppy. It was so choppy.
Because like they eliminated an entire storyline allegedly.
Apparently, that's what I heard, and so they had to,
and allegedly an entire reading challenge.
Oh snap! Because she probably won.
Yeah,
I hate it when I say. Sorry, keep going.
I was gonna say when it's like infamous now that when season 12 girls who were there, because allegedly it happens at like top 9 or top 10 or something. It's like infamous where if you ask the girls if they had a reading challenge, none of them reply. Just none of them reply. So I'm waiting for when the season 12 NDAs are up and like the queens that don't, that haven't been back on the show, like are able to say something about it. And they're finally like, oh yeah, there was a reading challenge. Sherry won it. That's why they didn't air it.
I truly hate that for that season. Like I honestly kind of wished they just let it play, do the what they did at the beginning and end of each thing, because the episodes felt so disjointed. We would watch the episode, they would cut out all of Sherry Pie's confessionals, and then all of a sudden she would win the challenge. She won like 4 challenges, right? Like
she won 3
at least 3. She won 3, Jada won 3, and Gigi won 4, right?
No, it was only 2. She won back to back for the World's Worst and Grey's Anatomy.
Which?
Because Gigi had 4.
Jada had 3. I know Jada had 3.
Sherry had 2, and Crystal had 1.
Okay. So next up, Katya and Kennedy in Roar versus Jujubee versus Sahara Davenport Black Velvet. This one might be a little hard.
So here's my issue. Both of these lip syncs are in my top 6.
This is why I told you to send me your list beforehand. This is what happens when we don't do the list thing beforehand.
I've been very busy.
You said what?
I've been very busy. The last 72 hours have not been fine to me.
And I appreciate you. I do.
Of course.
So I get it. Because Logan will tell you, I didn't have Black Velvet on here at first. Even though I thought it was a great lip sync. I just, I remembered it being very, very one-sided. I rewatched it. It's still one-sided, but it deserves to be on here because I have plenty of one-sided lip syncs on here. So I put it on here. Of course, like I said, I put it pretty low. Katya and Kennedy too. Like they're both like lower third for me.
Okay.
Again, I think it's just because I hate season 7, so that's why Roar is so. It's so, and then also just the emotions of knowing what Kennedy went through after that lip sync kind of taints it for me a little bit as well. Because Kennedy and Katya's lip sync, this lip sync was good, and if they could have done a double Shantae here, it would have been perfect. Again, how did Pearl
wrapped a blanket around herself and they said, fashion, darling. No.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It infuriates me. So that's why when lip syncs infuriate me, I rank them lower. Like, this is such a bad picture. I'm sorry, guys. But it is a good lip sync.
Yes.
I know.
I love those videos.
So this is a great lip sync, though. It is a great lip sync. Yes. Kennedy Davenport, dancing diva of Texas, right?
I just
split off the stage. The emoting, like the emoting and the acrobatics she gave us, right?
I on a slight side tangent, if I could speak.
Please.
If I can speak today. I don't know, words are not working. I feel pretty confident in saying that I think Kennedy Davenport is the most underrated queen to have ever been on Drag Race.
I agree. I think it's mostly just because, like, her performing skills were never called into question. It was just how she did in the challenges. And it's one of those things where it's like, you have great drag queens that are great and amazing and are just wonderful, but they might not be good on Drag Race. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Yeah. So I'm glad that she came back for All Stars 3, but then again, I get that second heartbreak of the Shangela robbery.
Need I remind people, she was 4th place on season 7, and she is the runner-up of All Stars 3. Regardless of the jury twist, whatever, I still think Kennedy would be the runner-up of the season. I, in my heart of hearts, truly believe that the top 2, had it been RuPaul's decision, I think the top 2 would have been Kennedy and Shangela.
Kennedy, how many wins did Kennedy have that season, though? Because Ben hogged them all up. If it wasn't Ben, it was then Shangela. And then it was 2. Trixie. I think Trixie had 2, Shangela had 3, Ben had 4 or 5.
Ben had 5, but Ben left.
Thank you.
And then BB only had 2, I think.
Ray in the chat.
I'm gonna look.
Kennedy had 2 wins.
I'm gonna look.
Thank you.
Quick. I don't remember.
Either way, I agree. I just the robbery of Shangela. I'm still about that.
Oh, wow.
And,
Kennedy only had 1 win.
That's what I thought. I remember her not having too many wins just because BB was there too, and BB had like a win or 2 as well. So it's just BB like that cast was too stacked. Yeah, that cast was too stacked. So that's why when Kennedy ended up in the top 2, it was really hard for me to accept after we lose Ben, after Shangela had to step in the back, and then Trixie. Yeah. So anyways, so see, we're talking about All Stars 3. We're not even talking about this lip sync. This lip sync was great. Katya did an amazing job. She was doing her own little flips and dips and splits in the back. I can't believe this wasn't a double Shantae.
Well, Katya's storyline was over too. Unfortunately, like Trixie was gone, Fame was gone, and those were the 2 sources of Katya's storyline, really.
Yeah.
Well, not even really Trixie necessarily.
Pearl.
He's looking very good nowadays.
Oh yeah. Thirst traps. Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah, so I don't know. I did like Roar. I do. It's just so much. I really felt bad when Kennedy was talking about all of the death threats that she received after sending Katya home, and it just same script cast. That was season 7, and our Black queens are still dealing with that after season 15, and Queens of Color. You know,
they've been dealing with it at least from what I remember, they've been dealing with that really bad since season 4? Because I remember Milan got a lot of that, Dita got a lot of that. Coco got a little bit of it on 5.
Yeah. People were invested in that Coco and Alyssa beef. I can't wait to talk about it. Yeah, but so we get Black Velvet here. Oh my God, this is such a bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Juju versus Sahara Davenport. I'm trying to find a better. They don't have a good picture of both of them.
No.
Black Velvet being very it's such a good choice here since they're both wearing black.
Yep.
Juju B, what we know now, was unfortunately very inebriated at the time.
Juju B, because of this episode and this lip sync, it's the reason why they have a 2-drink limit now on Drag Race.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm very, very happy that Juju is in a very different place. And I mean, I love Juju B. This is the only time Juju pops up on this list. Because I mean, she had I mean, this was the lip sync to include if we were going to include a Juju B lip sync, because her other ones are good, but this is also her first time lip syncing, and again, this is Sahara's third time lip syncing, so we have that storyline again. I do want to discuss, rest in peace, Sahara. I do want to discuss Sahara's performance because I do think she does a very good job with the performance.
Yeah,
she has a very specific idea in her head, and she does that very well. It doesn't necessarily fit the song.
It didn't, yeah.
But she committed to it, and I thought overall, I think against a few of the other girls on this season, I think she would have won that lip sync. But you're dealing with drunk emotional Juju B.
On a drunk emotional song.
Black Velvet is an amazing song. I love Alana Miles. It's Juju.
What?
It's Juju. It's always Juju. It's Juju. It's Juju.
You're picking Juju?
For me, it's Juju.
I'm fine. I have no fight. I don't really like, they're both really good to me. I think Sahara's doing the dance stuff though really throws me off. I'm like, that's not what this song is about right now though.
But I'm gonna go back to when we chose Bob and Derek.
Okay, it's fine. Calm down.
I'm just saying.
Calm down. I said I'll give it to you.
Thank you. But no, I mean, like I said, Black Velvet is number 4 on my list, and Roar is number 6. So like both of these lip syncs are phenomenal. Like it's difficult for sure.
We are an hour 42 minutes in, and we are finally on the second row.
I knew this was gonna be like 2.5 hours.
I know. I don't mind. I ain't got nowhere to go.
I have nowhere to be, so.
But this is great because now we get to talk about the heavy contenders. The top 9 got a bye or something like that. So now we're talking about the big hitters. And we got to talk about my favorite lip sync of all motherfucking time, yo. I am so excited to talk about this lip sync. Oh my gosh.
Here's the problem. This is also my favorite lip sync of all time. Brooke and Evie just. What is there to say that hasn't already been said by so many other people about this lip sync? Like,
I know. I love this lip sync so much. Like when I tell you, when I am not feeling my best and I'm on YouTube watching my favorite YouTube music or my favorite YouTube drag race performances, it's on both. It is on both. I have watched this lip sync so many times. I could not tell you how many times I've watched this lip sync. It is perfect from top to bottom. In my notes, I literally said I can watch this lip sync over and over and over. The theatrics, the acrobatics, the way that their movements complement each other without them working together. I just I'm sorry. Go Logan. I love this lip sync.
I mean, I mean, you said it. It's the wig reveal from Evie. and this was also the first time both of them had lip synced. It was Snatch Game. They both had just bombed Snatch Game.
And they were both front runners to me at this time.
Again,
even at this time.
Feels very similar to the Candy and Simone situation. This is literally the top 2 of the season, lip syncing mid-season. Mm-hmm. It's wild to me. But no, it's Brooke and Evie. And I love Chi Chi DeVayne. I love Chi Chi DeVayne, but it's Brooke and Evie.
Yeah, it's Brooke and Evie versus Chi Chi and Thorgy. But like we said when we talked about Chi Chi and Thorgy, it's Chi Chi's world and Thorgy's just in it. And Brooke and Evie, this is literally their moment. I've told you before, Logan, how like season 11 resonates with me so much because it was the season that my son was born literally a week before season 11 started. And so when I was on maternity leave, every Friday, me and him would watch it. We would just sit there and watch it. And he loves Drag Race now to this day. He's 4. And everything about this season, I loved. I mean, minus the whole making Raja the villain. But now that she's gotten her redemption, I can even more go back and it makes the season even better now. You know, the characters, Silky, Evie.
I would say her and Silky both getting the redemptions that they needed.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God. All of them getting their redemptions. Brooklyn just being so good. We got the Brooklyn and Vanjie story. I am wearing a Team Vanjie shirt. Vanjie came back. Like I can't deal. Yes, this is the double Shantae. This is one of those double Shantaes where it felt like they were like, I don't care what the schedule says. We have to. Yeah, like we have to save them both. And it's just so good. And every time I watch, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it for Evie. Now I'm gonna watch it for Brooke. Now I'm like, it's so good. Okay, all of that. I said all that. Then we knew what we were doing. But I just I love this lip sync. I love this lip sync so much.
Yeah.
All right. Detox and Jinx, Malumbo number 1 versus Morgan McMichaels and Kylie 2 of Hearts. We've talked about both of these lip syncs before.
Yeah.
Jinx, right? I mean, Jinx and Detox. I like Morgan and Sonique.
I have it slightly higher on my list.
Morgan and Sonique?
No, Detox and Jinx.
Yeah, okay. Great. I think the chat agrees. Yeah.
Yeah. I have Malumbo number 1 at 11 and I have Morgan and Kylie at 14. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I love Detox and Jinx. So
agreed.
Okay. Finally, we get to talk about this lip sync. Coco Montrese versus a little. I got so excited. Alyssa Edwards. Yeah. Cold Hearted Snake. When I tell you, I love this lip sync.
Bro, me too. So where is it on your list? I'm curious.
It's at 5.
I have it at number 2.
Close. I mean, it was my top 5. I like truly was like,
I could shuffle. I easily could shuffle. Yeah.
Yeah. The storyline, check. The drama, check. The dancing, check.
The culmination of a storyline. Paula Abdul. So good. The jump split from Alyssa. Like, oh my God.
The moment where Coco kind of does the punch at the moment that Alyssa, the song. I love Cold Hearted Snake.
It's like so
good. This lip sync is so freaking good. It's everything you want. Alyssa, it is definitely one of those lip syncs where I'm like, I know it. I know the frame by frame. I know when she's gonna punch her lips. I know when Alyssa's gonna go like this. I know the punch. I know it.
Cold-hearted snake.
Yes. Oh, so good. Okay. And that versus Aja versus and Nina and finally.
We know what the decision is here.
We do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Because it's just it you can't, like, even though like Coco and Alyssa was like kind of like riggery, right? It's like stunt casting. Okay. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like season 5 was full of a lot of stunt casting in a sense. Alaska being Sharon's, boyfriend at the time, and Alyssa and Coco. Like we knew they were gonna get in the bottom. It's like this season knowing Sugar and Spice were gonna be at the bottom eventually, right? But they got to the bottom. They had magnificent seasons, like throughout. We got the fight, we got the drama, we got. Why you look so fucking orange? You need a little bit more pink up in that eye.
I'm not joking, bitch.
Yes, it's like I just can't. And it all culminated here, so that's why it's like it adds so much to that lip sync.
It's so good.
Okay. So next up.
Oh no.
We get to talk about a lip sync that probably has technically no right to be in a top 5 if you're thinking of like even lip syncs, but I don't care. I'm gonna put my girl up in there. We already talked about Jocelyn Fox and Laganja Estrada, so we gotta talk about Monet X Change versus Dusty Ray Bottoms performing "Pound the Alarm." Logan, I'll let you go first because I'm gonna go.
I love this lip sync. Dusty Ray Bottoms is another person I don't think we will see back on Drag Race. Dusty has talked very openly about their Drag Race journey and how it wasn't the best. Dusty is someone that I would love for them to get a redemption. I don't know.
Me too.
I don't know if she ever will, but I love Dusty. Dusty's one of my favorite queens to come from like at least the recent seasons.
I agree.
Monet wins this lip sync hands down, no question. But Dusty holds her own in such
she does
interesting way. She really plays up this comedy. The electrocution bit, I think, is just so smartly done. It's so good. But then obviously, Monet X Change. Like, this is the first time we get a taste of Monet X Change. And it's so good. The split fake out to this day in the episode where RuPaul wasn't even there. RuPaul's not there. The gas mask, all of it is just.
This is the moment that I fell in love with Monet X Change. I mean, I liked her from the preseason. I love the first episode where she did the 3 dips in a row, kind of, with Bob standing right there.
Yeah.
But this was the moment where I was like, I will ride or die. I am Monation till I die. I have a skirt that has this look on it. Her face
is on
a skirt. I do. I'll send you the picture.
Please do.
I do not care. Like, at least for this first round, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, Ray, but it's gonna be Monet for me. I'm sorry, Logan. I'm fighting for this. I know we get Jocelyn Fox versus Laganja. I think it is a better evenly split lip sync. However, Monet doing the fake out every time. I know it's coming, and I still love it.
No,
I don't care.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think I would pick this lip sync as well. Stupid Girls is great. We gave it its flowers already. I think for enjoyability factor, for shock factor, they're even. But I'm gonna agree with you and say Monet and Dusty.
I think when you get to this point where, and it's going to get even harder and harder, when you get to the point where all the lip syncs are good, this is probably when I'm going to start factoring in like the everlasting effect it has on Drag Race. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, and this is the moment that I always come back to see Monet's growth arc on Drag Race from season 10 to winning All Stars 4 to oh my god, winning All Stars 7.
We all knew no one was going to win other than Jinx. We all knew it. And
I'm not sorry.
Mad that Jinx won.
No. I'm sorry. The moment when they all walked in and they told you from jump, the winner will be crowned by a lip sync for your life at the end of the season. They said it. Said it in the first episode. I was like, okay, everybody, this is giving you 9 weeks to prepare that Jinx will not win this season. And Jinx did a great job the whole season, but I was like, this is amazing, but she's going to lose in the lip sync, and she lost in the lip sync, but they gave it to her anyways. It's fine. It's okay. She deserved to win. It's not like it was like a full riggery or anything. However, if you tell me that the crown is going to be decided by a lip sync for your life or for the crown, and the winner of the lip sync for the crown doesn't win the crown, I'm going to be mad. And I think that's why I'm really mad.
Yeah. I agree.
But anyways,
I'm with you on that.
I digress. I just love voting, and it's that's all. That's all it is. And valid. Like you said, I don't think that was something we really had to fight for.
No.
Okay, this one's gonna be interesting.
Oh no.
And see, this is like my top 5 here. Like I said, I have Monet and Dusty at 4, which I know is kind of like
okay.
I know.
To be fair, I have Juju and Sahara at 4, so
I know. I mean,
it's fine.
It's fine. So
this is difficult.
The first time we're going to be talking about Roxy Andrews versus Alyssa Edwards with Whip My Hair. Come on, hair choreography. Come on.
The first wig on wig reveal on Drag Race.
The first.
It's
in slow-mo.
They really said we're gonna get that Survivor 44 slow-mo.
Yep.
But I mean, oh no.
It's good. I don't know. So the funny thing is this again, immediately, a lip sync. I had no question that was going on this list.
It was,
immediately. I didn't need to rewatch the seasons to remember. And I agree with Amy here.
Yeah.
They said, I think long term, Boss Bitch will get that same level of respect. I agree.
I do too.
I just don't think it'll be today, to be quite honest, for me. I don't know, because okay, it's hard, but I think Whip Your Hair, maybe again it's all of the stuff around it, right? It was after Roxy talking about being left at the bus stop. You know, it's such an iconic moment. It was a double save, right? Yeah, double Shantae here. And first wig reveal.
Yeah.
But kind of technically, I'll give you this. Kind of technically, right? If you just watch the performance itself, from Roxy, it's nothing but hair whips. It's just hairography.
And for Alyssa, it's not much more than hair whips.
Yeah, for me, for Alyssa, I thought it was like creative hair whips. I thought she did a really good job of being very creative with her hair whips, especially by the time she's like turning around and she's like this. Like it's hard. This one's hard.
I will say I do have Roxy and Alyssa higher on my list. However,
Boss Bitch is getting the Cinderella run here?
I think it might. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I did rewatch all these prior to this, and I actually just finished another rewatch of season 5, probably like my 8th rewatch of season 5 at this point. I think if we're taking away the context around the lip sync, I think if we include that context, I think it's Roxy Alyssa. If we take away the context and just look at the performance, I honestly think that Boss Bitch is a bit more of a dynamic lip sync.
I actually agree with you. I completely agree. Because the funny thing is, like I said, I rewatched every lip sync for this. I then rewatched in order of the list that I put my stuff in. I then rewatched anything that I thought that I had out of order, and it kind of made me watch this one a few more times, and I still get that really good high from it. I love the song. I love the Willow Smith song. I love both of them. However, it was on my third or fourth watch. I was like, wow, Roxy really is just standing there whipping her hair. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's kind of it's a park and bark with some hair flips, and that's not a bad thing at all. But
it's kind of funny.
This was Alyssa's first time in the bottom as well, right? Because she lip syncs, like, this is the first of like 3 weeks in a row where she lip syncs. Because she lip syncs here, then she sends Ivy home, and then she gets sent home in Cold Hearted
When
Saint.
I tell you, I don't remember the Ivy lip sync at all. Now that you said it, I'm like, yeah.
Going on, but the rent. Gwen, I love Gwen. But I mean, that lip sync is all Alyssa in her. It's Alyssa in her 80s power suit, and Ivy Winter.
With okay.
That would be another. That would be another contender for me of top individual performances, because I think Alyssa does really well there. I'm gonna give it to Boss Bitch.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that.
That was really difficult. Oh no! Wow. Yeah,
I'm surprised. Like, Boss Bitch really outsold 2 OG lip syncs. That's bananas.
Yeah,
that's bananas. Okay, Bob the Drag Queen versus Derek Barry.
Oh,
Peppermint versus Trinity. Stronger. The finale.
Okay.
So let me tell you, that's my top 6. Peppermint and Trinity.
Okay.
So Emotional is higher. It's at 2.
So I have both of them mid-tier.
Really? Explain to me.
I do. I have Bob and Derek at 15, and I have Peppermint and Trinity at 17.
Okay.
Explain. And I do really enjoy both of these lip syncs. I'll run through my whole list at the end. I wanted to save it as a surprise. Please. But I think what Peppermint and Trinity do in the finale lip sync is good, and obviously Peppermint with the wig and dress reveal simultaneously, an iconic moment, truly.
Oh, iconic.
But nothing Trinity did was all that exciting. I don't remember Trinity in this lip sync, and I only really remember Peppermint with like the clap moment.
Oh yeah.
I do know that this is a good lip sync. I just don't remember really anything else about it.
So I say the first line of my notes, the claps get me every time. Every time I watch this, I hit the claps. I always I can't. Yeah, I can't not do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just can't. So I actually like this lip sync because even though Trinity had one reveal that she did way too early, when she revealed to her like her high
the tuck
top
reveal.
Yeah, the tuck reveal. She did it on like no beat at the beginning of the song, but I think that maybe it was also the editing. She does a really good like drop to her knees moment that they add like a little bit of a noise drop to it. I actually love this lip sync. I think Peppermint is at first. I think it's perfect because Pep builds the lip syncs. Like Bob talks about this on Sibling Rivalry all the time. You can't really start a lip sync out being at 100 and kind of keep it at 100, you know? Some things you can't do that. This was a build moment. And this was one of those songs where it's like high tempo, yet the lyrics are kind of like determined, sad, strong, whatever, you know? So I think Pep really just singing and emoting while Trinity kind of burns herself out with the tricks in the beginning. And the reveals at the beginning. It's one of those things that makes both performances really well done. And what makes the season 9 finale, which honestly I could have put all 3 lip syncs on the season 9 finale on this list.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a high that they've been chasing since the season 9 finale.
I think what I'm hearing is we need to do another top 25 from Drag Race US is what I'm hearing. Because even going through this, I was like, oh wait, because I just remembered BB and Angina to Stronger. Like I just remembered that lip sync, and like we might have to. I don't know. For me, I would give it to Bob and Derek.
Are you kidding me? The person who didn't even want Bob and Derek to come this far?
That was a different scenario. If I'm looking at this scenario, Mari, I would give it to Bob and Derek. I think if I'm looking at, because Derek does burn herself out in a very similar way to what Trinity does. So those kind of balance out. If I'm looking at Bob versus Peppermint in this performance, I prefer Bob. I think Pep is amazing. I love Pep. One of my favorite queens ever. But if we're going strictly off of these performances, I think I would maybe give it to Bob. I'm fine either way, but for me, it's Bob.
This is hard because this is literally one of my favorite lip syncs. I love Pep's performance in this lip sync. But it's fine. I'll do it. I'll give it to you guys. I'll give it to Bob. The chat is yelling for Bob, which again, never thought I would have to do. But also, this is a perfect point to Bob and Peppermint were gaming yesterday, and they were on Pep's Instagram. So make sure you go to Peppermint's Instagram.
It's on YouTube as well.
Yes, on YouTube as well, and donate to GLAAD. They were gaming to raise money for GLAAD in order to fight all the anti-trans bills that are being passed at local state legislature. So please, 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 if you can, please go donate, because these bills are outrageous and people should not be fighting for their basic human rights and basic health care. So definitely go check that out.
There is one active in Virginia, right?
Not to my knowledge right now. Luckily, we have a horrendous Republican governor, but our house is still the Democrat. Yeah.
So we have the exact split or Democratic. We have the exact opposite problem, where our national government is predominantly Democratic, but our House is very Republican. And so we have in Arizona, we have a lot of anti-trans, anti-drag bills going out at the moment. It's disgusting and disappointing, but I mean, I'm thankful that I live in the most democratic part of the state currently, but still, it affects a lot of people.
It affects everybody. Exactly. Yeah. Plus, so that,
if not anything, go check out the beauty and grace that is Mitch Farino, because good Lord Jesus, that man. But also Pep and Bob.
And if you donate to GLAAD or the ACLU, they're helping to fight these bills in all of the states that they're being brought up against. So definitely go and check that out. Let me switch back to the lip syncs. We will give it to Bob and Derek. I love Bob, so it's okay. I'm just saying it hurts my heart because that's one of Peppermint's strongest performances. Okay, I'm wondering about this one.
Oh.
Yeah, so we haven't talked about Manila Luzon versus Delta Work in MacArthur Park versus Widow Von Du and Gigi Good and Starship. Okay. So I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on MacArthur Park.
Oh, I love MacArthur Park.
Me too. Oh my God, it's so good.
I love MacArthur Park. It's one of those, when you think of classic Drag Race lip syncs, I think of MacArthur Park. Because I think of Delta holding her fucking bracelet.
I love it so much.
And Manila's crazy eyes. This is the first time we see Manila. And again, Mari, Manila's first, Delta's third. What is happening?
What is happening? Yeah.
I knew there were more of them. I just couldn't think of it. But No, I mean, Delta does just such a great job here. Delta is a great performer. And I don't think enough people give her credit for her performance ability. Also, side note, if you have not listened to Very Delta, go listen to Very Delta.
The podcast?
It's so good. She just did an episode with Nicole Page Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia, and it's so good. Like, it's just, I love Delta. Delta's one of my favorites. Manila is as well. And this is the first time this is where I fell in love with Manila.
Yeah.
Truly.
Something about the song, because it's a little bit before even my time, you know? So I didn't really know the song going into it. And the way the song is cut is kind of weird, right? Like, because with songs like that, with disco songs, they normally have like different sections. You have the emoting section, and then you have the woo section, and they kind of get to that, but then by the end they kind of cut it off right before like another party section. So it felt like it was kind of mixed weird. However, I love the story. I love songs that do storytelling as well and evoke imagery, and you know, talking about the cake and the rain, and then both of them just like mimicking it. Manila's eyes, her intentionally making her makeup run and like messing up her makeup. Oh my gosh. Like it's one of the it's Broadway, right? Isn't that what Alexa said?
It's Broadway, babe.
Wow, this is Broadway, you know? And Delta wearing that shirt.
Because this is the comedy challenge.
Yeah.
Where there's no runway and it's just Delta wearing a bikini t-shirt, which
so funny.
And horrible gold lame leggings. It just God. This is really difficult.
This is difficult because it's a very theatrical Broadway performance versus Widow and Gigi, which is very like high energy, high pace.
Yeah.
I am going to say, for me, I really want to go with Manila and Delta because
I agree.
This is one, again, I will watch over. I just almost started watching it again while we were talking. I was like, I have things to do. So,
yeah.
And I think they both did a great job. I love the sentiment they were invoking. I still think Widow and Gigi are very good, but I also edge Widow up just for me. So I think I'm going to go with Delta and Manila.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I love high energy lip syncs too.
I do too. We just passed one on a couple rounds ago.
I know.
Marsha, but yeah, for me, I do love an entertainer who can just stand there and emote and give you emotion. Because that's the kind of drag I do. Like that's what I do, and so I always resonate with those kinds of people that do that. So
okay. So I think this might be a hard one for you. So we talked about.
I mean, I have an answer.
Right. So we talked about Jujubee versus Sahara Davenport doing Black Velvet. We have not talked about, which is my number 2 seed, Shea Coulee versus Sasha Velour. So emotional.
Yeah.
Arguably, some people would say the best lip sync on Drag Race.
I don't mean any of this as disrespect towards Shea Coulee, because Shea is one of my absolute favorite queens ever. I completely agree with you, Amy. If I'm looking technically at this lip sync, obviously Sasha is the dominant force. Shea doesn't do a whole lot.
So what's going on in this lip sync, right, is Shea Coulee is doing now, especially now that we've seen Shea on 2 other iterations, right?
Yeah.
Winning All Stars 5 and All Winners. Shea serves R&B pop diva princess. Like she said it in herself in All Winners when she won the variety show next to Monet. She evokes that 80s style dance, that return to the the original pop vocalist. So that's what she's giving in this lip sync here. And it is still a great performance. It's a great pop performance. Unfortunately, it's not big enough for Drag Race at this moment. Like bigger, like, you know, it's like, it's not big enough because Sasha pulls out one of the greatest reveals of Drag Race history with the So Emotional Roses. So if we take what Shay did against Sasha, Trinity did up against Peppermint, Shay wins. To me, if you take Shay, what Shay did, put it up against Peppermint, I still kind of think Shay wins. You know what I'm saying? Because all three of them technically were just dancing.
Peppermint, and Sasha. No, I'm kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it's just dancing, and dancing is great unless your opponent next to you pulls out the greatest reveal of all time. Then there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a reveal will always get a pop. You know, and it'll always, if it's a good reveal. A good reveal will always get a pop if you do it right. So I actually really like this lip sync, and the reason why I put it so high is because I love what Shay is doing too. If I'm watching just Shay, I'm getting a performance. She is giving me all of the emotions in her face. She's giving me the actual dance moves, which we know Shay loves to do. The only problem is that Sasha is just acting the house down on top of having those reveals. I love her build of her, like it going from, like, you know, the girlfriend that's in love to kind of like getting so emotional, the build until it gets to the flowers. Like,
and this was Sasha's first lip sync as well, and I think that always brings a level of like anticipation, because we were all like, what is Sasha gonna bring to this? Because we saw everybody else lip sync on the season. Sasha, again, is one of my absolute favorites. As much as I love Black Velvet, it has to be so emotional in this matchup. Like, it just has to. Because again, if I'm looking at the losing performances, I think Shay's performance is better than Sahara's.
Right, exactly. Wow. And like and it's just so unfortunate because we know Shay can actually give a range of different lip sync styles. It was just in that lip sync she chose to go pure R&B, pure dancing, and it just didn't work. Some of my favorite Shay lip syncs are when she does, like, when they did the Etta James, the in All Winners, when she did the clucking, in the finale of All Stars 5, when she was kind of doing like a robot. Like, Shay can do it all. It was just not her night, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And like Amy said, I don't like that it did make it so like all of the reveal, like everybody wanted a reveal.
The season 10 reveal disaster. The Jiffy pop of it all.
Cringe.
Bad.
All right, so we are almost done, Logan. We are almost done. Okay. So Brooklyn Heights, I'm not sharing. Look at me. Okay, so let me share this. First up in what is this, like the semifinals?
Yeah.
Brooklyn Heights versus Evie Oddly are against Detox versus Jinx Monsoon and Malumbo number 1. It's hard.
Honestly, I have a decision.
I do too. I have to go with Brooklyn and Evie here. Yeah. I do. I think Detox and Jinx going up against any other lip sync in this semifinals could have probably gone on, but I'm sorry, Brooke and Evie is going to be very, very hard to top for me personally.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on Detox and Jinx?
I think lovely, wonderful, great. Detox should have a crown.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Coco Montrese and Alyssa Edwards and Cold Hearted Snake versus Monet X Change versus Dusty Ray Bottoms. It has to be Coco and Alyssa, right?
Yeah.
I know. I'm sad. Yeah, it has to be Coco and Alyssa just because it's a great collaborative lip sync. We talked about it. It's so good. It's one of my favorites. I love Monet and Dusty, but it was one-sided.
Yeah.
But these lip syncs, I love. Oh my God, I love all these lip syncs.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Anitra versus Marsha, Boss Bitch versus Bob the Drag Queen and Derek Barry.
My choice is kind of obvious.
Are you going with Anitra and Marsha here?
I'm going with Boss Bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
The fact that they both give stellar performances, I think their performances kind of outweigh what Derek did.
I know. Poor Amy. I know, Amy, but this is as far as Bob can go. Derek Barry should have showed up.
I know.
You know? I know. But Anitra and Marsha.
Hurt physically. I agree completely. It hurts. Anitra and Marsha made it to the semi.
We tried to eliminate them like 3 times, and they made it.
I know.
But I think
3 great lip syncs.
I think it's rightfully so, because Anitra and Marsha's lip sync, to be quite honest, I would say it's the best lip sync in the last 3 seasons. Maybe even 4. Like maybe since Brooke and Evie.
I would say Sasha and Anitra is up there, but I think I would agree with you.
Yeah, I didn't put Sasha and Anitra on here just because I think it's my own personal bias, because I didn't know the song.
Oh,
know what's happening. Yeah,
well, Ray, don't worry. We're not eliminating Anitra and Sasha. Don't worry.
Yes, we got you.
Not yet, at least. We'll
not
see.
Yet.
Not yet, at least. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm at a loss for this one. So if you guys can't see, sorry, I don't know how tiny it is on the thing, but Manila versus Delta Work in MacArthur Park are going up against Shea Coulee versus Sasha Velour. So emotional.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think Amy is right here, because even though Manila and Delta work better together at MacArthur Park, and it is one of my personal favorites, I think Shea versus Sasha is also a personal favorite, even though it might be a little bit more one-sided, leaning towards Sasha. But it changed the landscape of Drag Race forever. It truly did, in such a bad way.
Yeah.
Like, not even just like the reveals, but the whole lip sync for your life format, period, or the Lollapalooza format, period. We have literally been chasing the high of Shea versus Sasha. Like, it's like that first dope hit a dope. It was this big, and now every after that, we've been trying to get to that. So
yeah,
we have to go with Shea.
So emotional.
Yeah.
Semi-final.
Okay,
this is.
I'm trying to see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if I can scroll over.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Brooklyn. Oops.
Oh.
Brooklyn Heights and Evie Oddly versus Coco Montrese and Alyssa Edwards. This is not fair.
No.
This is not fair. This should be the final.
Yeah. Oh no. I think I have a choice.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Truly. I would not say that season 11 is classic old Drag Race. Just me.
With that eating meaty. I have to go with Brooklyn and Evie here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have to.
No, I think I would agree with you.
Yeah, I love Cold Hearted Snake. I truly do. Yeah, but I don't even think it's Alyssa's best lip sync of all time.
I think it's everyone here's favorite or best lip sync. All 4 of them, this is the best lip sync they did.
Mm-hmm. You think so? I mean, again, and yes, it is her best lip sync in a regular season. But I think if we did All Stars, I think Alyssa and Tatiana are.
Amy, we're doing All Stars another time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Amy. We're doing All Stars.
Yeah. Exactly. So
yeah. I think if I had to pick a favorite individual performance of the 4, I think it is actually Coco.
Mm-hmm.
But I would agree. It's Brooke and Evie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shut Up and Drive is so good. Okay.
Oh no. This is.
What do we do here?
I know what we have to do here.
Anitra and Marsha, Boss Bitch, versus Shea Coulee versus Sasha Velour, So Emotional.
Oh man. Are we really going to?
I don't know.
For me, I'm taking into account the fact that So Emotional was done in front of a large studio audience, like in a theater. So I am kind of taking that into account. I think I would go with So Emotional.
I agree. I think this is as far as we can push Boss Bitch.
I agree.
A week after we saw it. You know what I'm saying? A week. Yeah. Like, it feels like one of those lip syncs that you'll remember, but we never know until time, more time has to pass.
I will remember it. So now we are at the worst decision of, can they both win? Can they both win? I would be fine with that.
This isn't RuPaul's tie race.
It's a double save. They both win.
They both win. Twinners.
Oh, man. Brooke and Evie versus Shea and Sasha.
Yeah.
I know where my choice is.
I think I know where my choice is too, because now it's like the opposite of everything I just said. But like now I'm kind of stripping away everything because I think these lip syncs coming into them, they all have the storyline, they all have the drama, they have the top 2 of the season going at it. They have I think they're both historical. I do. One did change the landscape. We get that. But since they both have all of those extracurriculars, I now have to just strip it back to the performance.
Yeah.
And if I'm stripping it back to the performance, I have to give it to Brooke and Evie.
I think the way I went about it, and I love the way that you did. I think the way that I went about this one specifically is who has the weakest performance.
Okay.
And of these 4 people, I think, unfortunately, the weakest performance is Shea.
Yeah.
So
I agree. And yeah, it is. It truly is, unfortunately. And again, it's the weakest performance out of the 4 best performances like on the show.
4 best performances of this list and of Drag Race.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think even coming into this bracket, I feel like I always knew this is where we were gonna end up, to be quite honest, because this is honestly my most favorite lip sync of all time in Drag Race.
It is number one on my list as well.
Yeah, it is, and honestly, on the in the survey, it got the most number one placements on the survey as well.
I'm not surprised. What was number 2?
Logan, don't ask me these. There was so much data. I had to it didn't calculate it for me like I thought it would. I was like, I had to stare at graphs. I was like, damn it. Thought it was going to.
There's a way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
lovely.
Yeah. So let me see if I can let's get a good banner here. So the winner of the RuPaul's Drag Race Best Lip Sync bracket of all time.
At least part 1.
At least part 1 is Brooklyn Heights versus Evie Oddly. Yeah. And I'm trying to make a banner. Yes.
Yay.
I did that so quickly. Look at me. Look at me.
I love that.
Brooklyn Heights versus Evie Oddly. Sorry, not sorry. From season 11. These are our picks. This is our bracket. Let us know what you guys think. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat. You guys have been so amazing. Thank you for sticking with us the whole 2.5 hours. Again, the channel is called Mari Talks Too Much.
So are you saving the VODs on your Twitch channel then?
I am, but because I don't have that many followers, it automatically deletes them after a certain period. Yeah. So I've been trying to save them to my computer too. Yes. Yeah.
If you want to see it immortalized, we have been live streaming the whole time to the Currently Unnamed Podcast YouTube channel, youtube.com/the Cup of Reality. It will be immortalized forever over there. So if you want to watch it back, you can watch it over there. Give us the views. Give Mari the views. Mari will be active on our Drag Race coverage again, which makes me very happy.
Of course.
So next time, All Stars, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
All Stars will be the next step.
Yeah. Where can the people find you, Logan?
Oh, you can find me at Gym Leader Logan with 2 N's on Twitter, because Gym Leader Logan with only 1 N is still taken. I've been trying for years, and I just whatever. You can also find me doing way too much again on the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. So make sure to check us out over there. We cover all the Drag Race. Any Drag Race you want, we're covering it, except maybe Italia, but whatever. We cover Eurovision. We're doing Big Brother at the moment. We're doing Survivor. We're doing so much content. So if you like reality TV, make sure to check us out over there. Mari will be there, hopefully a lot more now. So if you like Mari and you like me, that's the next logical step. I will probably be back on here for the All Stars one. I need to be here because I have thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And that's one lip sync I will defend until the day I die, and it's not the lip sync you think. I can tell you that right now.
I'm scared. Thank you. This is my name is Mari. This is my channel. You can also find me on Twitter at Mari Talks Too Much. Again, 2 like the number 2. It's here on all of the graphics. I podcast for RHAP. The Rob has a podcast network as well, where I cover true crime. I cover wrestling, and I pop in on a whole bunch of other reality TV shows. So just go and follow me on Twitter so that you know what I'll be guessing on. Please follow me here on Twitch. I'm like getting off the ground from the ground up. I'm starting. So please follow me. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend. Tell everybody to follow me. It's been amazing. This has been so great. Logan, thank you so much again. I love having you, like talking to you and being around you and talking to you and just being everything. So thank you for coming on, and we'll definitely do an All Stars. So follow us everywhere so you know when we're going to do the All Stars. Okay. Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.